We're diving right into This Bed We Made by Lowbirth Games with a no commentary walkthrough. Join me as we explore the captivating narrative, intricate puzzles, and stunning visuals of this indie gem. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this silent journey together.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving. It's on your right. Here.
No, I'm usually in charge of the second and third.
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No, it's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break. Good enough. I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone. Nothing like a well-made bed. That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in? Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe? You brought your own mug? Well, I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary. And voila. Good as new.
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
No.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
Now I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I couldn't see.
What?
What do you mean?
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. I'm not sure how the children are affected by what goes on at a bar on a Friday night. Ah, my new home, according to Suzanne and Yvette. Wouldn't be surprised if everyone's a little bit more on edge today. This is horrible. I don't think I'll ever understand what pushes people to go so far as killing. Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck. Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
They weren't kissing this time. They were fighting.
Oh, this is entertaining. I mean, oh no, why?
I'm not completely sure, but it sounded like Linda had something to do with it.
Ugh, that bitch.
Beth?
Trust me, she deserves it.
I don't think Linda should take all the blame. Jacques really isn't being fair to Wendy either.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's terrible for Wendy that her fiancé has the backbone of a snail.
You shouldn't say that.
But it's true. Even the way he walks, I swear.
Beth, he could come back any second now. Can we just... Didn't you say you needed my help with something?
Oh yeah, right. Wanna guess what?
I'm guessing there's something I have to clean?
Obviously. But what is it?
Did a kid throw up again?
God, no. Did that happen recently?
Yeah, last week. I can still smell it. Feel it, too. While I was cleaning, some of it got...
I'm gonna stop you right there. Keep talking and you'll be cleaning up after me, too.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you'll be glad to know it's nothing gross this time. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around. Okay, let's get that mop from the supply closet.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
No, Beth called me. A guest knocked over a vase and made a mess in the lobby.
Yeah, I saw that catastrophe happen. Just what we need, huh?
Well, I'd rather be doing that than cleaning the reception hall with Nicole.
Oof. Yeah, I don't even want to see the state of the place after this weekend. I know chocolate fountains are for dipping, but I didn't expect to find someone's shoe in there.
How?
No idea. You must see plenty of weird stuff too, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
A few months ago, I found stacks of pennies in a room's toilet. Like, a lot of them.
What?
And when I got to the bed, the pillowcases were filled with pennies as well. I'm still not sure if that guest simply had a strange way of leaving a tip.
Maybe it was a penny robbery. Oh, I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants me to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
I can hardly believe you two are from the same family. In the States, you'd be sent to jail for those communist ideas. I hope you're not considering listening to him.
Of course not. It's not like I have a choice anyway. With the renovation cost overruns, the hotel's gonna go under if I don't raise prices.
Have you tried calling Mr. Weston?
I have, but... I feel like
Oh, Jacques. Leaving luggage in the lobby? Are you trying to get Bernard to kill you? Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it. Okay, Sophie. Time to clean up that mess. Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited.
I'll speak to my manager and see what we can do. Was there anything else Yes?
film roll. The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Maybe Beth remembers who knocked over the vase. He'll want his film roll back.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's...
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to talk to you.
No, that's not it.
Well, for that, you'd have to talk to my manager's manager. Would you like to contact him? Sadly, he doesn't have a phone. He's a bit of an old-fashioned fella, if you know what I mean.
Room 505.
Yes,
Great.
certainly.
That's on my floor.
So first
I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
where you can kneel down, all right? Then you clasp your hands together and think really hard about just how much you want the snowstorm to end. It may help to repeat his name, too. It's Dad G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic to your plight.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? The girls have been complaining about him ever since he arrived.
Yeah, I'm sure this one has no thoughts for maids. With the dogs he has up there, his room will be a real mess when he's done with it.
Dogs? Bernard must really like him if he allowed pets in the building. Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
I should return Mr. Spade's film roll. Room 505 is on my list anyway. Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade? this? I should bring that back to my cart. Looks like prescription drugs, but what are they for exactly? Maybe I should call Beth or Andrew. They'll know what to do. I hope.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, it's Sophie. Can I speak to Andrew, please?
Yeah. Hold on.
Andrew? Andrew! I'm here. Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it's just... my trip to the 6th floor took longer than expected.
Oh, I'm sorry to add to your plate, but I really need your help.
Sure. What's up?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Mr. Spade? Why would he...
I don't know. He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Jesus. What are you doing in them exactly?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Oh. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
Whoa, slow down a minute.
But...
Sophie, there are pictures of you invading our guests' privacy.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I believe you. But others might not. With those pictures, it could really blow up in your face if a guest were to complain about missing items.
I could always throw them out.
Well, that's one way to deal with it, I guess. You said you found the pictures hanging over the bath, right? Were they still wet?
I wouldn't say wet, but a little damp, yeah.
Okay. So you must have developed them fairly recently.
What are you getting at?
Well, the pictures you found were left there to dry, but he could have developed more of them in an earlier batch. He wouldn't have left them in the bathroom, though. Probably stored them somewhere dry.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
That would certainly be a good place to store pictures.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Maybe I can... Give me a sec. Shoot.
What?
Bad news is, I can't find the combination list. Good news is, we can probably do without it. Most guests write their code down to make sure they don't forget it. So, say you wanted to look for it, I could keep an eye out and call you if I see our mysterious photographer return.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and Andrew?
Yes?
Please keep this between us.
Of course. Don't worry about that.
Okay. If reception gave him a code, maybe he wrote it down. Somewhere. I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess we have that in common. Wait, is that... I should take a closer look. The oratory. I just went there for the first time and... God, it's been years, hasn't it? I remember this sale. I picked up that new winter jacket for Mom. Harry's diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time? You didn't strike me as much of a doodler. X marks the spot, but there's no way this is just a treasure hunt. Beaver Lake? That's where I took Mom skating last month. Why is this up here? These look like numbers. Sort of. These look like numbers. Sort of. Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade? Lindsay, did something happen between the two of you before she died? Is this a floor of the Clarington? That's my schedule. Just how long have you been watching me? I hope you aren't eating those beans. One man's trash is another maid's trash. Something tells me you won't be missing this. Oh. Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? Yeah, no surprise Bernard denied the request. Mrs. Beaumont's been here so long, we could probably just put her name on the door at this point. Who knew Bernard could be nice? Could that be a reminder for the safe combination? The storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not too bored without her TV shows. What do we have here? "99th Infantry Division. 99. You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions. Date of discharge, 1957. 57. Is he here?
Who? Oh, Mr. Spade? No, he's not.
Andrew? You said you'd call if he was coming back to his room.
Right. I did, right. Sorry about that.
Oh my God, Andrew. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I'm so sorry, Sophie. I couldn't help but check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, but I think I have enough leads to open the safe now.
Wow. You're a resourceful gal, aren't you?
I have my moments.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Please do. And I won't call again unless Mr. Spade returns. For real this time.
All right, thanks. You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for? That's rough. How are you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live? I need to find some clues to decipher that code reminder. That's a lot of film. How many pictures have you taken, Mr. Morgan? Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now. M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here? That was taken in the lobby. You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions. This looks like Beaver Lake. M and H. Maybe Andrew could find them in the logbook. Let's put those on the bathroom shelf. Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids? Bernard seems to think so. Being invisible has always come easy to me. Maybe too easy. Everything must disappear. Telling apart the treasure from the trash can be tricky sometimes. M and H could be in danger. I should ask Andrew to help me locate them.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hey. Just Beth, could you cover for me?
Again?
Pretty please? Sorry about that. So, you found anything on Mr. Spade?
Well, Mr. Spade isn't even his real name.
It's not? What is it then?
Paul Morgan.
Huh. I guess he wanted something a tad more exciting. So, I take it you opened the safe. What was in it?
A journal.
Oh? Does it say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
2 other staff members? Who is it?
No, they're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
Of course. Sorry. I'll just need some more info to narrow the search. What do you know about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
It could be initials, or maybe, I don't know, husband and mistress?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
I found out that Mr. Morgan made a request to be transferred to room 507, but it was denied because...
That's Mrs. Beaumont's room, right?
Exactly.
But why would he switch rooms? He's got his entire dark room set up in 505.
I'm not sure. I just thought it might be related.
I guess we can keep that in mind, but... Wait a minute. There's a couple staying in room 509. Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
My thoughts exactly.
Do you have any idea why Mr. Morgan would be after the Cruzes?
Who knows? Maybe he's madly in love with Marcella, but their romance was cut short when big bad Hector swooped her away.
Andrew.
Yeah, you're right. Too cliche. Do you, perhaps, have room 509 on your to-do list?
I do, actually.
Would it be wrong of me to suggest you do some...
Snooping? I guess that's what I'm known for now.
Nah, don't worry. I'm sure we'll find a better legacy for you.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Watch out, alright?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room. Okay, Sophie, back to the basement. Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. Hypocrite bitch? What did Linda do? And to whom? Linda usually leaves a master key in the women's locker room. That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it. Linda, you're not even trying to hide the daggers in your eyes. Linda, what would your husband think of all this? To be tossed aside by your best friend like that? Oh, Wendy, that's a special brand of heartbreak.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I was in the break room earlier, and, I couldn't help but overhear your argument with Jacques. I'm sorry he let Linda get to his head. He should be trusting you, not her.
Yeah, well...
I know I wouldn't be your first pick, but I'm here if you need to talk.
Maybe later. I just can't talk about it. I can't talk about it right now. I'm sorry I was rude.
It's okay.
Sophie?
Yeah?
Thank you.
Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. It's locked. Being recognized for doing a good job. That feeling never gets old. Haven't gotten any tips so far today. Open sesame? Nope, no luck. Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. Off limits. It's locked. Off limits. This goes beyond constructive criticism. It's just a personal crusade. The handwriting is familiar. So is the colorful language. This shade of red, it matches the message on the door. I don't want to think of what could happen to Wendy if someone found these. Should I? Yvette's and Susan's favorite activity, talking behind other people's backs. What can I say? It was a very nice mixer. It's locked. The way they look at each other, you can tell it's the real deal. Open sesame? Nope, no luck. People don't usually leave these unlocked. Fine, keep your secrets, locker.
Off limits.
I should be able to open 509 now. Back to the 5th floor.
Hey, Sophie.
Oh, hey, Andrew. On break already?
No, not yet. I have to deliver something to our VIP guest.
Again?
Yeah, the requests just keep on coming. What about you? Aren't you supposed to be in 509?
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Ah, gotcha. What a day, huh? Tending to an eccentric VIP guest, discovering, well, what you discovered in 505. Pretty exciting as far as a workday at the Clarington goes.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though. While I was looking for my keys, I found some graffiti on Linda's door.
No way. What is it?
The words, hypocrite bitch, in red lipstick. And, I found a red lipstick inside Wendy's locker, so putting 2 and 2 together...
Well, Wendy would have the most obvious motive. You'd have to be living under a rock to miss how Linda's been treating her lately.
Bernard's already on his last nerve today. If he catches wind of more drama between Linda and Wendy, the stress might kill him.
Well, that would certainly make Beth very happy.
I don't know the first thing about running a hotel, but the amount of pressure he must be under, I don't think any good would come from adding to that.
Yeah, you're right. Heads would definitely roll. I don't even want to think about the drama. Interpersonal conflict makes for a good read, but in real life it can be a bit much to deal with. You've always been good at staying above it, though. You get along with everyone.
I don't think I get along with everyone, but some people are worth getting friendlier with. Like you.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad not everyone around here thinks I'm a complete bore. Wait till Beth hears this. Well, it was nice to chat. Don't let me keep you, though. I have to head to maintenance anyway. Maybe Eugene can help me find the product our guest of honor is looking for.
Yeah, we've both got a lot on our plates today.
I'll be ready and waiting for your updates on H&M. Take care.
You too.
Oh, I do have 506 next on my list. Should I pop in before checking out 509? Getting into 509 will be no problem with the master key. Let's get to the bottom of all this. Oh boy, someone's been living it up. exactly a cherished gift if you just left it behind like this. Another fan of the Gossiper. I never did finish that article from this morning. That feels like so long ago now. Could this be the shoe from the chocolate fountain? I can't wait to tell Andrew. Do not disturb. Well, that's one less room to clean today. I won't complain. Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written. Maybe I'll find more of those torn paper pieces if I keep cleaning the room. These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself. No combination, no entry. Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb. I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's... What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven? One of our more expensive bottles. Was there a special occasion? SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a coworker? Wow, you look like a couple out of a magazine. These pearls, they look absolutely gorgeous on you. Though, I bet you could make anything look good. Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Hello? Hello? Andrew? Is that you? Mrs. Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it? Who could blame you for seeking help? I'd do the same in your shoes. Who could blame you for seeking help? I'd do the same in your shoes. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. Fernie and Wiseman. Have I seen this logo somewhere? Fernie and Wiseman. Have I seen this logo somewhere? Whoever wrote this is as much a reader as they are a doodler. This shade is really striking. Am I reading this right? The account's been emptied. These symbols, they look oddly familiar. These scribbles don't look random, but these symbols, they look oddly familiar. It's some kind of code. Could I break it? This looks right up Andrew's alley. I wonder if he's read this one. Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. I should keep an eye out for those symbols. Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message. That's one of the symbols. Yeah. I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected. Aha! I'll have to remember these. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. I've definitely seen those symbols on some of the things in this room. Maybe I should take another look around. I should keep an eye out for those symbols. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. It's me.
Sophie, did you uncover anything in 509?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
What? Awesome! Did you crack it?
It says, I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? What an odd thing to do.
Yeah. And whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in 12 pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruzes are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think maybe one of them's having an affair?
Well, that's possible. It's quite obvious they're having marital problems.
What makes you say that?
I'm pretty sure the husband was sentenced to sleeping in the living room. I found a pillow and some sheets on the couch.
Don't you think he might have fallen asleep in front of the TV? I know my dad does that a lot. Often with the volume turned way up high. Drives my mother crazy. Did you find anything else?
I also found an apology note, neatly folded next to a room service tray. I think Mr. Cruz wrote it.
It's pretty obvious Mr. Cruz is having an affair, right? Mrs. Cruz must have found out, hence the apology message and the night on the couch. What do you think?
Mrs. Cruz could be the one having the affair. I found a bank statement from a secret account of hers.
A secret account?
Well, that's my guess. It's in her own name and hidden in her jewelry box.
Why would she have a secret account?
I don't know. To hide an affair with a wealthy businessman or something?
Maybe.
And that's not all. The account was emptied about a week ago. A withdrawal of $5,000.
Whoa. Sounds like someone's planning to run away.
Yeah. I'll go and have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message. Just to be sure we're on the right track.
Good idea. It's almost break time for me. If you need my help again, you can ask Beth to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Thanks, Sophie.
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. But which vent? Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
Hear anything?
What do you mean?
You didn't happen to go to the woman's locker room, did you?
No. Why on earth would I go there?
I just thought... Oh, never mind.
Looks like plaster for the renovations. Better not play with it. Can't open these without a screwdriver. I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet. I should check the janitor's closet for a screwdriver. Eugene must have one in his toolbox. Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage. I've never seen two people more suited for each other. Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope towards becoming a hoarder. Ah, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now. It sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard. Oh, Eugene. I had no idea. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge? Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver. Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
Yes, I am.
Don't take too long.
No, I won't.
What's going on?
Oh, Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Seems I've made a habit of sneaking up on you today. Spying on Bernard again?
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Ah, gotcha.
Eugene?
What the... maybe you should go have a look. You know what? I'll stand guard by the elevator and, holler if Bernard approaches.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. Aha! Let's get you to that vent. this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid. This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond. Oh, Bernard. So close to doing something altruistic, but here you are holding it over your brother. What Bernard considers sinful debaucheries could fill an encyclopedia. Could be anything from wild parties to guests walking around with their ankles exposed. Ew. Is this Linda's?
Do you remember that loose tile from last week?
Yes?
Well, I'm afraid it hasn't been properly repaired.
What do you mean?
I mean that, it's still broken, sir. Someone put a rug on top of it, but you can still hear it crack. I'm just checking to make sure guests don't trip over it.
Is that part of your job description?
No. No, it isn't, sir.
Well, then I suggest you stop worrying about Miss Belivet. What were you doing in my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Really? But that doesn't explain what you're doing on this floor. You know very well the cleaning staff isn't supposed to wander around the lobby for no reason. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you, Miss Belivet?
No, I swear,
It's my fault, sir. I spilled my coffee, and so I asked Sophie to come clean it up.
Your coffee? Mr. Rossi, you're not supposed to have beverages at the front desk.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Come with me.
Sorry.
There was a problem with the window, but it seems Eugene fixed it.
Time to see what secrets that vent is holding.
Cold, you cold-hearted.
What's that?
Nothing. It's nothing.
So, you wanted to talk to me?
Right. Yes. Yes, I did. To be honest, I'm a little worried about you, Andrew.
Oh?
Well, you know I appreciate your efficiency. I've told you that before, but you're so uptight. Cigarette?
No. Thank you, sir. I don't smoke.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Your perfect choir boy routine works well with guests, but what about outside of work? Do you ever unwind?
Of course I do, sir. I like to read and go to the movie theater and...
No, that's not what I mean. Do you have any lady friends? You're not a homosexual, are you?
What? No, sir. Actually, there's a girl here that I quite like.
Really? Well, I wouldn't usually condone relationships between staff and guests, but...
No, she's not a guest. She works here.
Oh, Andrew. Well, some of the women here may be good looking, but trust me, a working woman's nothing but trouble. Once they get their first job, they start having all these funny ideas about women's liberation. Just look at Elizabeth. Well, she's very easy on the eyes, isn't she? But marry her, and she'll push you around for the rest of your life. No. What you need is a nice girl to wait for you at home with a good meal cooking on the stove. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? I get all these resumes from young women looking for their first job. Some of them even leave a picture. Why don't you take a minute to look at them? I'm sure if you find one you like, you could convince her she doesn't need to work after all.
Well, she would kind of have to. I don't mean to complain, sir, but I couldn't possibly support 2 people with my current wages.
Oh, well, if you find yourself a girl you like, I'll give you a raise. How does that sound?
Okay. I guess I'll have a look.
Then go ahead.
What, right now?
Yes, right now. There's no time like the present, is there? Aren't they nice?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were. Ew. Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Hey, you got anything good for me?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, no problem.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
I wasn't in trouble, per se, but I did have a pretty awkward conversation with Bernard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. It was just weird. He asked all kinds of personal questions. That's just so unlike him, you know? But it's alright. I'd rather have that than his usual sermons. Anyway, did you manage to open the vent? What was in it?
I found another message written in secret code.
And?
It says, meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Who's Michael? A guest's husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Yeah, the cast keeps getting bigger. I'll just check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh, Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
That's really nice of you. So, Mrs. Beaumont is linked to the cruises, huh? I have a feeling we may be approaching the climax of this story.
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
How about I call up there? You know, to make sure no one's home.
Good idea.
Just a sec. Well, it looks like the room is ready for your snooping, my lady.
Thank you, good sir. I'll call you back. Looks like I'm headed to room 507. All but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible. A lovely shade of lipstick. Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. I saw this shade of lipstick in Marcella's room. Does that mean she was here? It matches the lipstick I was looking at earlier. Must be Anne's. Mr. Cruz. Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean? You almost look like Marcella. Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you. So you were eager to set up a meeting, but did Marcella send this? Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. I shouldn't put it back yet. I might still need this. Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier? So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh. that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you. Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company. That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from? Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff. Let's find out what this key unlocks. I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile. Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? I don't think I'll need this again. Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? There you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved.
And it sounds like we were on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Can you guess what it is?
Affair?
Exactly.
How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense, but he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right? And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on between them.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
Really? Well, it is the 1950s after all. I guess anything's possible. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here. Great! This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs? I can probably find the rest of what I need in the basement. Andrew? Gosh, I hardly recognized you. Guess this is from a different lifetime. Figures that if you were going to break any rules, it'd be the ones about which books you can or cannot read. What happened to you before you came to Montreal? Why don't you want to go back home? Candles, candles, candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where? So you do have a stash of candles, but where is it? It's locked. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now, to resist the temptation to spend it fun, keep your secrets locker off limits. It's locked. off limits. I wish I understood you better, Yvette. You and Wendy had such a close friendship. Why throw it all away? Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already. Gotta hold on to these tight. This must be Andrew's current read. Or one of them, anyway. Syracuse. I guess Andrew went there on a holiday or something.
There. I don't want it anyway.
If Bobby has some of Rebecca's candles, maybe he kept them in his locker. No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash. It would make sense for Rebecca to keep her candles by her workstation. Ooh, is this a movie script? Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just take one, right? Got a candle. Now, what next? Let's see if Andrew is around.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel, I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good, in which they used wax and plaster to make a key mold. I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we? First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot. That's it. Nicely done. Next step, put the key in the wax, right? Better wait a few seconds before removing it. looks good. Pretty sure you can take it out now. I think we're almost done. All that's left is to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold. Good job. So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
No. But I like it. I feel like I'm in one of those novels I spend my days reading.
Have you ever read banned books?
What do you mean?
You know, books banned by the church. I heard, Copernicus is a pretty interesting read.
Huh. Funny you should say that. It's on my list, actually. Although I can confirm it takes a more scientific mind than mine to enjoy it.
I suppose there's a reason why those books are illegal, right?
Well, the church did persecute Galileo for saying the Earth revolved around the sun, and not the other way around. So, even as a man of the cloth, I don't mind saying their judgment isn't always the best.
A man of the cloth? Wait, you're a priest?
Technically, no. I've gone through most of the classes, but I left the seminary before taking holy orders.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, I think you're the first person here that I've told.
I really can't imagine you in robes. Actually, I can't imagine you in anything but this uniform.
Yeah, I guess we've never seen each other outside of work, huh? Maybe we should grab a coffee one day? I could tell you all about the exciting things that happened at the seminary.
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Awesome. The corner cafe is not too far from here. Why don't we meet after work one of these evenings?
That sounds great.
Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out. Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S. to 507 to try this key double. I hope it works. I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out. That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. Got a minute?
I always have time for you.
I opened the chest to room 507.
Huh. It worked.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure, but our little key's sturdier than it looks.
Yeah. So, what's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
That's awesome. I love riddles. Tell me, which part's causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
This really isn't my area of expertise. Hey, Beth, you know bars, right?
Well, not all of them.
What about one that has a color in its name? Like the Orange Chair or the Blue Lagoon or something?
Well, there's the White Cat, but I don't think that's your crowd.
Oh, it's not for me, but thanks. Did you get that, Sophie?
Yeah, I did. I think I can manage from here.
Of course you can. You're a quick one. Anything else?
Here's another one. Her alliterative name will surely take you back.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what alliterative means.
Oh, it's a series of words that start with the same sound or letters. Like perpetual peril. Does that help you?
I think I know what to do.
Of course you do. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm just glad I could finally put my riddle-solving skills to good use. Call me when you've opened that case.
You know I will. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Bridget Boswell. Didn't I say that name somewhere earlier? Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella? Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice. So the symbols I've been deciphering, you invented them back in the day to keep your love secret. That feels really special. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed. Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne. After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected. I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to. An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
Me too.
Should we open it?
Well, that's illegal, isn't it? But sometimes the mail arrives a little damaged, you know? Oops.
So?
It's a tourism pamphlet for California and 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd say Anne and Marcella are probably planning to run away from their husbands. Those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah, like characters in a book. I have to say, though, I'm still a bit confused as to how Paul fits into all of this.
I'm not sure exactly. I'd say Hector hired him to find out about his wife's affair, which would explain why the two of them argued last night, but... Well, I think Marcella's the one who hired him. Plus, it seems he's a fan of her novels, so I'm confused.
Yeah, it is very puzzling. And why did he have those pictures of you?
We'll probably never know. I think the trail ends here.
I guess investigations in real life always have some loose ends. I was kinda hoping we'd have this big third act reveal, to be honest.
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
That's for sure. It helped me understand you better, too.
Oh?
Why you snoop, I mean. Piecing together people's stories, learning what makes them tick. It makes you realize we may have more in common than it seems.
You're right. Which is why the next story I'd like to learn is yours, Andrew.
Oh? Am I gonna find you snooping through my apartment next?
No.
I would love to share my story with you, Sophie. You're the first person in a long time who's made me feel like I can. Would you come and see me when your shift ends? We could leave together, if you'd like.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
Oh, I wouldn't be sleeping. I've got a reading list the size of the Eiffel Tower. This would be the perfect chance to put a dent in it.
That does sound like fun. I could bring my magazines and, ooh, maybe light some of Rebecca's candles.
Now I kinda hope we do get stuck here.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave. Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. Is this about Paul? Does that mean... Please let there be someone around who can... I have to get the power back on. It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box? It's too big. I guess I'll need something. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. This can wait. There are more pressing matters right now, Sophie. Hello? Is anyone in? Hello? I need help. These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here? Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box. Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best health, so Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us. Paul was hiding out, right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night? 9:45? So, Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504. Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? The fuse box. Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far. It's too big. That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do. How did this end up here? Not much use without the rest of the code. Unless those numbers I found in the laundry room, could they be part of the same combination? Getting the fuse box open was half the battle. Now I need to take a look inside and fix what... Yes, this is what I need. No power. I think I need to change all of the blown fuses. How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses. How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. I knew blocking the stairs would be a bad idea. I have to contact the police. I should be able to call from the front desk. No answer. Andrew must be busy trying to restore the power in the lobby. Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back. Power's back. Now, I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. Damn it. Come on, Sophie. The bodies of a woman and 3 children. 3 children? Huh. have to contact the police. I should be able to call from the front desk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Phone. I need a phone. Andrew? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Now, I just have to wait for the police.
Hey, you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie? Don't worry, I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh? Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
On Hector? You mean... You've touched the body?
I mean, yes, kind of.
Okay. Not a great idea, but we'll figure something out. Just maybe don't mention that to the police, What did you find?
I found out Hector was trying to get some information on Paul. Plus, we know they fought yesterday, so maybe there was another altercation and Jacques wasn't there to intervene this time.
Yeah, maybe it's an accident. Maybe Paul freaked out and fled the scene. He may have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital, but that doesn't mean he's some dangerous psychopath.
I think I know what you mean. It would be so easy for newspapers to turn this into a cautionary tale on the dangers of crazy people.
Exactly. And It would give Bernard and his pals all the ammunition they need to fight the construction of the new hospital. Those places, they have a bad rep, but the good ones, they can really help people.
But wait, how do you know about Paul's mental illness? I don't remember mentioning it to you.
Oh, look, I really should have told you before. It's just, you know how I said I studied to become a priest, but never took my orders? That's because I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital.
The same one as Paul, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. The doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you. I was afraid you'd look at me like they did. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I understand.
You do?
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden? Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
No. No, nothing.
That's weird. It sure looks like someone poked around the crime scene. Oh well. We'll know more once the fingerprint analysis comes in, won't we? So, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I've been snooping around the guests' rooms.
I didn't think you'd admit it.
You knew already?
We've found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guests' privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
He spent some time in a psychiatric hospital after the war. That's when he got into Mrs. Cruz's novels, and they really helped him.
Yes, I already know about his time in a madhouse. We called the place and they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
You're wrong.
I beg your pardon?
He is like us. We all struggle sometimes, some of us more than others, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You may not have noticed, Miss Roy, but neither of us are in an insane asylum right now.
He was brave enough to seek help. That doesn't make him a criminal. That doesn't mean he killed Mr. Cruz.
You know, I'm starting to worry about your own mental state, Miss Roy, since you're so eager to defend...
And I worry about your ability to do your job, Detective, since you seem to be such a...
Enough! One more word, just one more word, and you'll be spending the rest of your night in a cell. Now get the hell out of here. I've had enough of you.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? Let's go see what Bernard wants. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing? I'll need a mop to clean the puddle. With all the leaks, I'm sure there's one nearby. I have to clean the puddle by Bernard's office.
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew!
Hey.
Are you okay?
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act? Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes. Why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
You can't fire me. Because I quit.
Sure. I fire you, you quit. It's all the same to me. Just make sure to empty your locker before the end of the month. That'll be all.
Hey.
Hey.
What a week.
You don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
Well, he was being kind of a jerk, so I quit.
You what?
I quit. I figured there was no point in staying if you were leaving.
I'm flattered, but that really wasn't necessary.
I think it's for the best. Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel's standards and showed me the door.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'd like to be my own boss. No more Bernard looking over my shoulder. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you in my life.
Me too. Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes.
Please do.
That was...
Yeah, it was.
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
What do you think?
I don't know. I wish they'd get a happy ending, but I'm not sure it's that kind of story.
I'd like to believe it is. I think Paul becomes a famed photographer. He gets his own studio and decorates it like a hotel bathroom. As for Anne and Marcella, they move in together. But they keep leaving each other notes in the vents. You know, for old time's sake.
I like it. Maybe you should write that.
Maybe I will.